Middle East. Presented by me, Jack. This has a very vast experience in deploying Oracle NetSuite for many companies here in the Middle East. Just a little housekeeping before we are getting started. If you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to type them into the question box in our Zoom Q&A. I will bring up during the presentation, and we will also have time for questions at the end. I'm going to send you all the presentation materials and recording in your email. You can get in touch with me anytime using via email. So before diving into the trends of finance and accounting, I need to give you a quick overview about Azdan and what we are doing. Azdan, as I said to you, is one of the largest Oracle NetSuite partners in the Middle East. It's founded in 2010 at the forefront of innovation in consulting, technology services, and digital transformation. We enable organizations to realize their business aspirations through an array of services tailored for the finance team and the CFO office. Our people are divided into advisors, strategists, engineers, and we are working in more than 11 countries with 100% successful delivery, and we have more than 1,200 happy users worldwide. Those are some of our references in United Arab Emirates and in Saudi Arabia. We are working all over the GCC, Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, and Kuwait. We are deploying the NetSuite to many industries such as wholesale distribution, real estate, community management, professional services, consulting, transportation, logistics, education, insurance, and travel agencies. So I need to start my presentation with the most frequently asked question for any finance professionals. These questions, all of the clients that we are working with, they have the same question in mind. They are asking, how can I transfer from classical finance to the modern finance? In other words, how can I focus on the tasks that create value and impact my business? This is a real example done by KPMG. They asked the researcher asked the finance professional to enter all his tasks and his timesheet. And when we started to model the finance functions according to value, he found that he is doing many tasks with no value to his business, such as collecting the data manually in a manual and repetitive way. In the opposite extreme, there is some strategic roles done by the financial professional, such as providing insights, analysis, and support the stakeholders to take the right decisions. So, for example, instead of spending the first 2 days of his week, this means about 40% of his time in manually collecting the data from various reporting, he can spend this time in performing analysis and gaining insights using his intelligent brain. The same thing at the end of the week. You would have time to interact with the decision makers and follow up on some strategic initiatives instead of maintaining manual spreadsheets and run manual processes. Here comes to our main topic, which is the 7 finance and accounting trends. Let me start with the first trend, which is how the mitigation of siloed business systems. 15 years ago, you might be using, like I can say, 3 to 2 applications, such as Excel and your email. Now, it's average in any organization that you can work more than 15 to 20 applications. And some applications of them might have vast modules and functions. And here is the key point: your employee productivity. For example, Your employees might be spending some time in manually re-entering order information into the ERP, while other employees will pull the data from the CRM to calculate the sales commission. And if any order is canceled anytime, your employee have to dive through the same cycle again to reconcile the information one more time. Because of the multiple overlapping databases, you have system for CRM, system for ERP, system for supply chain, system for the management. Most companies would simply give up on acquiring this information on a regular basis because of the amount of time it takes to source, extract, and analyze this data from many systems. And they will end up wasting this information and will have very slow and inaccurate information at the end. With so many disparate applications, the IT department will waste enormous amount of time on integrating, maintaining, and acquiring a new version of this application. Oftentimes, once new versions are purchased, you will have to pay for integration, maintenance cost, and all of those stuff. The bad part is when the customers are now expecting a very fast and high quality services. So when you can't resolve the customer's issues in a timely manner, the customer will be less satisfied and less likely to purchase from you. So to keep your business growing faster than your competitors, it is essential to gather all your operations and departments under one umbrella. There are several processes inside every organization such as fulfillment, invoicing, cash collection, expense approvals, financial consolidations, and to connect all these processes would enable you to avoid new redundant hires that would require to connect those processes together. In an ROI study done by Nucleus Research, they found that customers that are using NetSuite are accelerating their financial close time by up to 50% and their sales productivity by up to 12%. When information can be accessed instantly from anywhere, anytime, without wasting the resources on data extraction and trying to connect the dots together, employees are better informed and can make more accurate and faster decisions. You will save a lot of money as well, because you will have only one system. You are paying only one license for all of the functions that you need. You don't have to procure, install, and maintain multiple systems, and extra cost will be required for integration. And you will realize a very significant reduction in operational costs. Moreover, you will be easily scale to multiple locations and the multiple subsidiaries in any country or inside the same country as well. Reporting. This is the third trend in our trends today, because all of us are busy. And sometimes you are requested to send a report outside your office in a business trip, for example, from your home, or anytime you are requested to send a report, thanks to the cloud technology nowadays. You can view, edit, and send the reports quickly from any device with an internet connection. The reports are tailored to give the big picture. Imagine that in the same team, you have an accounts payable specialist and accounts receivable specialist. One of them, he is responsible for customers' receivables, average days to receive, bank balance, sales per customers, and so on. On the other side, the other person, he is responsible for vendors, purchase orders, bills, supplier balance, and so on. They are in the same company, in the same room, in the same department, but every one of them, he needs a tailored KPIs according to his specific needs. It doesn't make any sense to call the Mr. IT, hello, Mr. IT, I need you to customize a report for me. No, any finance professional now, he is in a deep need for a self-service to customize and do his report quickly by himself. The reporting system must also allow you to dynamically drill down through actual and budget reports to find the transactions and the evidences that support your report. It would also allow you to monitor any financial measures according to your role, whether you are a controller, finance manager, or analyst. Plus, you have to make sure that your reports are comply with the international standards such as the GAAP and IFRS, plus the local standards in your countries such as United Arab Emirates or Saudi Arabia. Keeping your head in the clouds. Today, people are no longer asking if they should move to the cloud or not. No, it's not the debate right now. The debate is when and how should we move to the cloud? Why going to the cloud is my best decision? Simply because going to the cloud is very cost efficient. You will pay for you will convert your model to a capital expenses, from capital expenses to operational expenses. Using the pay-as-you-go model and other customized packages will significantly lower your IT because you are paying only for what you need. You will save many storage space because you no longer require file storage or data backup or software programs to keep up your data, because all your data is stored in cloud servers. Fault resilient. While using your own server, you need to buy more hardware than you need in case of failure. In extreme cases, you need to duplicate everything. Moving to the cloud will eliminate any redundancy and the probability of outages. Scalability. If you are a startup or a growing enterprises, being able to optimize the resources from the cloud will enable you to scale the large one-off payments of hardware and software, making your operational cost minimal. I invite you to visit status.netsuite.com and you will see yourself the average uptime of the software and how many millions and billions of application requests done by more than 40,000 companies right now. The fifth trend is you can hire robots to execute heavy tasks instead of humans. So what is RPA, or what is the robotic process automation, and how can it help the finance professional? Simply, you can think of robotic process automation like a low-code Excel macro, but it's done for the whole computer. It's not only on Excel. An RPA robot can log into your application, access a remote desktop, enter an internal company database, copy the records from this application, paste them into Excel, sum the revenue, make calculations, make a chart, and email the report to the head of the finance at the end of the day. Unlike human, it can do all of these tasks every day, every minute, without sick time, without vacation days, and without mistakes or oversight. Some of the examples of RPA for finance professionals from our previous implementations, we can say that RPA have very vast use cases to finance teams, such as automating bank statements workflow for your bank reconciliation, or enter vendors or customer data to complete accounts payable or receivable payment, and many other functions. We can discuss it in details. Just drop me an email and I can give you a catalog for the processes for the finance functions. So, but in our previous experiences, my ultimate advice is to check your existing business systems. It doesn't make any sense to hire a software robot to automate the payroll process, for example, that you are currently doing on manual Excel sheets. Automation applied to an inefficient operation will magnify the inefficiency. And the same thing for finance team. I cannot hire a software robot to do my journal entry transactions on Excel. I heavily recommend to start by deploying Oracle NetSuite and to connect all your departments under one umbrella. This will automate about 90% of your operation. And if you need to achieve the 100% business excellence, think about hiring software robot to give a hand to your employees. This is an outline and helicopter view for Oracle NetSuite. It's not only an ERP for finance team, but it also covers the CRM for the sales and marketing, human capital management, e-commerce, supply chain with procurement, inventory, and all of those stuff. And it comes with an enterprise performance management engine to run the planning and budgeting process. The good point about Oracle NetSuite is we are thinking globally to operate locally. What I mean is all the laws and requirements that is governed by the government in your countries will be found in NetSuite, such as managing your employee payroll taxes, applies local tax sharing rules, such as GOSI in Saudi Arabia, tax authorities, and monitors the tax law and changes and so on. The good point is that the system can be deployed in Arabic interface. For all Arabic users, they can use Oracle NetSuite in Arabic language. Even the mobile application can be in Arabic as well. Plus, you can print all invoices, all documents, all PDFs from NetSuite in Arabic language as well. And as I said to you, the system comply with the tax authorities in your country. The seventh trend and the last one, which is you have to make some good time for planning and budgeting. NetSuite as an ERP, it works good when it comes to transactional systems, such as a finance, HR and payroll, supply chain, CRM, and fixed assets. But almost all organizations at the inception stage, they need another tool to manage their future plans and to track their budget. Here it comes the planning and budgeting Oracle NetSuite Planning and Budgeting Cloud Service. Oracle NetSuite BPCS, it will help you in your financial planning to easily configure financials for revenue, sales, expenses, balance sheet, cash flow, and so on. Workforce planning to grab data from HR and payroll to align the workforce with your strategic priorities. If you need to make plan or budget by employee, by job code, or both using driver-based planning or compensation-related expenses. Project performance. If you need to do like operation planning or project-based planning, you can view all your KPIs such as net present value, return on investment, earned value management, so you can track all your project performance. Plus, you can take advantage of planning for fixed assets, expenses such as repairs, insurance, retirements, transfers, and improvement, and so on. So all your types of planning can be done on Oracle NetSuite Planning and Budgeting Cloud Service. I will hand over my mic now to my colleague Gerges. He will show you now how NetSuite is working and how you can take benefit of one integrated business suite inside your organization.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. First, I'm going to give you an overview of NetSuite. Of course, NetSuite is a true cloud. It's a cloud-based system. Okay, it means you can access it from anywhere using, of course, your laptop, PC. Of course, it's also available as mobile app. You can, of course, download this mobile app from Play Store or App Store. Also, it has two major upgrades per year. Okay, of course, this upgrades happens automatically. Okay, on the system. Also, there is of course a small upgrades happen during the year, but there is two major upgrades within the year. Okay. So NetSuite also is role-based system. It means it's one database with different roles. Let's say each role has different permissions and securities as per, of course, the setup on the system. For example, let's say now I'm logged in as administrator, but of course there are some other roles. All right, something like senior executive, controller, CFO, CEO, HR managers, and so on. Okay, so it's one database, but of course we control this by permissions and securities. Okay, according to the security metrics set up in the system. All right, so now let's talk about the dashboard. Okay, so as you can see here, here is the dashboard of NetSuite. Okay, the dashboard is user level preferences. It means each one can customize his own dashboard and doesn't affect any other user. All right, so it's also very flexible dashboard. I can easily just drag and drop the portlets. All right, I can add more portlets from personalize, just add whatever I need from here, okay, just to present any graphs or anything. And of course, this dashboard is real time, okay, so currently at this moment, I have 867 orders to fulfill. So it's real time data, all right? Okay, so uh, we have different portlets here, okay? We have, let's say here, the subsidiary navigator, okay? So let's say we have multiple subsidiaries, okay, configured on the system. Okay, I can see here the HQ, I can see here the parent, the child for each company. Okay, of course, if I click on this one, all the system will be presenting only for Netherlands, let's say. Okay, so not only the dashboard, okay, but all the system as well. All right, so here's about the subsidiary navigator. We are going to talk about the consolidation later on. Okay, here we have the reminders portlet. Okay, I have here, let's say, orders to fulfill, sales orders to invoice, and so on. We have so many reminders. Okay, of course, simply you can just click on setup, just add more reminders. Okay, or just remove from here and just click save and it will be updated automatically. Okay, over here we have calendar portlet. It's very important to just let's say organize your tasks and activities such as meetings, phone calls, or tasks. And of course NetSuite helps you to just create all the activities, let's say in the past, or you can even schedule these activities from here. Okay, it's very useful tool. We have here also business alerts, something like a late non-stock order or something. And also, of course, this is customizable that you can, of course, add more business alerts as per your needs. Okay, so here we have some of the trend graphs. Let's say I want to see top 5 sales rep by pipeline, let's say this year, this period, this fiscal year, this 3 days ago or something, or whatever. I can here from here select the period or even change the type of the graph. Okay, simply, of course, you can also print it or download it, or even you can view the report. So from where this let's say graph came from, simply you can view the report from here. Okay, so also we have here some, let's say, CEO financials. We have numbers of invoices today, this week, and also the sales, average deal size, and just everything here based on specific formulas. And also, of course, if you can click here, you will be able to see the trend graph for this one. Of course, again, the trend graph, you can select the periods. Let's say I want to see it weekly or something. I want to see it quarterly or something, or even change the trend graph type. Okay, so also we have here, let's say, KPI meter for expenses. If I want, of course, to change the expenses, let's say to income, new customers, or whatever, you can add. There are standard, let's say, KPIs, and of course you can create as many as you can KPIs as per your needs. Okay. Down here we have some key performance indicators, something like bank balance or something. This period versus last period. I can see the current, the previous, and also the change. Also for the COGS, the increase, expenses, and so on. Simply, you can click on setup and just add maybe another. Let's say I want to add another KPI, which is equity or something. I'll click on this one and I click save. Okay, simply I have here the equity this period versus last period, and I can see the change as well. Over here I have top 5 customers by profitability. Okay, and of course if I click on this one, I'll be able to view the report this trend graph came from. Also, these all numbers came from reports. If you click on this one, it will drill down to the report itself. All right. Also, I have here something about the inventory with purchase and also AB balance. It's all merged in one trend graph. I have here also income KPI meter, all right, or even bank. You can put a threshold. Let's say I want my bank balance to have a threshold. Let's say 3 million. So if it's less than 3 million, I will have it here as red or something. Okay, so you can set a threshold on your KPI meter. All right. Of course, if also here we have manufacturing workbook, just to show the total production cost by months. Okay, again you can change the view of the trend graph and so on. All right, just this is an example of the, let's say, the portlets that we can add in our dashboard. Of course, again, this is customizable. You can add whatever you need to your dashboard. So back again to our flow. First, we saw the dashboard. Let's see the chart of accounts. We have here a very interesting feature, which is the global search. You can search anything in the global search for any kind of record or any kind of transaction. Okay, so let's say I want a chart of accounts. So I'll just type a chart of accounts. Okay, so I can click on this one. All right, so here is my chart of accounts. Of course, the chart of accounts, I can export it in CSV or Excel or even print it. As you can see here, here is the number of the accounts, the account name, the account type, description, if it has a currency, and if it's a foreign currency, then the base currency of the subsidiary. So it will show here the foreign currency balance, and also here is the balance in the base currency. Okay. All right. So for example, if I click on this one, new account, I can here enter the number, the name, the sub account of course, I can here choose the type of the account. All right. And of course, if it's a bank, then the currency it's mandatory. Let's say if I change the other one, so it doesn't have a currency. All right. And also for the consolidation purpose, I can here select the general rate type, cash flow rate type as well. All right. An account could be restricted by department, by class, by subsidiary as well. All right. Or even location. Okay. This is the dimension that we have. So, for example, now we have 4 dimensions. Okay, we have the department, the class, the location, and also the subsidiary. So in NetSuite, we can restrict by any dimension in the system. So also in the chart of accounts, we can create unlimited chart of accounts. Okay, so no need to create dummy accounts, let's say, or future accounts, because at any time you can create a new account. All right, so back again to the chart of accounts list. Okay, I'll be able to see all the chart of accounts. All right, and of course, if I click on any, let's say I'll click on this account, so I'll be able to see the register of this account. Of course, I can filter it by the date as well. Okay, so let's go back to the chart of account. Again, I can see here the currency. As we said, if it's a foreign currency, I'll be able to see the foreign currency balance and also the balance in the base currency. So NetSuite, yes, does support multiple currencies. Okay, so if we want to navigate, let's say, currencies, all right, and click on this one, I'll be able to see here the configured currency. Okay, so simply, let's say I want to create a new currency. NetSuite supports all the currencies. I can also see that all the currencies here that I have, it's automatic update the exchange rate. All right, so now let's go to and see the taxation part. So NetSuite has a tax engine that is flexible to create, let's say, all tax types, and also to add any tax code at any point of time. So we can simply navigate, or we can, of course, again, use a global search. Let's say I will navigate here to the taxes. I have also the tax types here. So let's see the taxes that we have. So I have here different taxes. All right, I just want to look for, yeah, this one, Saudi Arabia VAT. Okay, and let's say for the VAT there are multiple tax codes, correct? So I want to see all the tax code that is related to the VAT in Saudi Arabia. So I will go and search for the tax codes here. Okay, I'll just filter here by the country. Okay, and here is Saudi Arabia. Okay, and here is all the taxes for Saudi Arabia. Okay, so if you take a look at this one, I'll just open this one here. Okay, so this one is standard tax code for case A. This one is 5 rate. All right, I have effective date from until. Of course, this one is going to be end at the 30 of June. So this one is going to be expired. All right, and back again to the tax code that we have here. We have 15% for standard case A VAT. All right, so if I took a look at this one, it's effective from the 1st of July and it doesn't have a validity date yet. Okay. All right, so simply at any time you can just create a new tax code defining a new rate, all right, and assigning it to a specific tax type, all right, and just define the purchase tax account and the sales tax account, and also you can define which is this tax code is available only for sales or for purchase or even for both. Okay, it's very dynamic that you can create at any time your tax codes. So now let's talk about the accounting periods. All right, so also I can here navigate to manage accounting periods. Okay, so as you can see here, simply I can set up a full year by just clicking this button. Just it will automatically set up a full year, or I can just create a quarter or pays period. I have here a very interesting feature that is close multiple periods, let's say. So if I click on this one and I want to, let's say I have these years still open or something. So let's say I want to close the first quarter of April 2019. So if I click on this one, see it will close all the periods and all previous periods to this one. Simply, if I click here submit, automatically all will be closed. All right. So let's say I want to close an accounting period. All right. So let's say I will check here the latest open one. Okay. So as you can see here, all closed by December 2017. So let's say now I want to close January 2018. So I'm going to click on this one. Okay, and now it's close period. Okay, this is the way that we can close the accounting period just task by task, but also there is a quick close if you want to just close these all tasks by one click. Okay, so both options are available if you want to close it just task by task or by just clicking on a button and close the period at once. And also again, as we saw here on the list, that we can close multiple periods at once. So now let's go to the dashboard. Okay, so again, NetSuite is fully integrated system. Okay, it means there's native integration between the modules, the AR module, the AP module, the accounting module, the inventory, stock, everything is related and real-time integrated. Okay, so let's say now I have here orders to fulfill or sales order to invoice and so on, or even invoices overdue. So I want to click on this orders to fulfill. All right, so now I have here these orders that need to be fulfilled. All right, once of course I click on this one, I'll be able to fulfill the sales order. All right, but I want to view the sales order, so I'm going to click on this one. Okay, so I will have the status of the sales order as pending fulfillment. Okay, so as you can see here, here's the customer name, the location, the order date, also the payment terms that you can see here, and of course if it's intercompany transaction, it will come here automatically the word intercompany transaction, like let's say sales order, purchase order from the two subsidiaries. All right, so also down here we have the sales information, the subsidiaries, or if it's related to a specific opportunity or a specific marketing campaign. All right, the sales demand or the sales rep, also the source to enter this transaction. All right, there is of course manual creation or from the UI, or it could be from CSV file or something. Okay, of course here are some of the classifications, the class, the departments. As we mentioned before, that NetSuite is multi-dimensional system that you can define multi-dimension and report on these dimensions. Okay, so if we take a look here, we have multiple items. All right, I can see here the currency, the exchange rate. Okay, here is one exchange rate because this is the base currency for Australia, the subsidiary. Okay, and I can here of course see the description, the items, the quantity, and everything related to the sales order. All right. Again, this sales order is pending fulfillment, so I'm going to fulfill this one. All right, once I click on fulfill, all the data from the sales order, all that from the sales order will automatically pull from, all the data automatically will pull from the sales order to the item fulfillment record. Okay, so as you can see here, the item fulfillment is related to the sales order. All right, here is a customer and also the reference number for the item fulfillment. Of course, if there is this shipping carrier here, we can select the shipping carrier. All right, and also ship the shipping method. All right, and also calculate the shipping cost automatically as per the shipping setup. All right, so here is the status of the item fulfillment. If I have the three-step status, we call it. the big backend shop, or it could automatically be defaulted as shipped. All right, so it will be just one step. Down here I have the items. I can fulfill partially, of course, or I can fulfill them all. Automatically, since I select the location, I can see the on hand of the item, so it's always visible that I can check the on hand of the item whenever I fulfill. Okay, so let's say I want to save this one. As you can see here, the sales order is changed to partially fulfilled. All right, so now let's say I want to create an invoice to the customer. All right, so I'll click on bill, and again automatically all the information from the sales order will be populated in the invoice. All right, so here is the invoice that we have created. As you can see here, it's created from sales orders, our sales order, and here is the invoice number, the customer. All right, and all the information just came from the sales order automatically, so no need to refill or re-enter the data again. Just I'm going to review all the items. I can see here the sales rep, the marketing campaign, the opportunity as well, and I can see also the items that I have entered here in the sales order. All right, so I'm going just to review this one, just make sure everything is okay. So, and then I'm going to save the invoice. Of course, once I save the invoice, the AR the register will be impacted, all right, with the invoice amount at this specific period. All right, so now the invoice is created and the status is open. All right, so now I want to check and see my AR register or aging. Okay, and I'll just go this one and just open it in a new tab. So I'm going here and check the aging for this month. Okay, so our customer here has an open balance of this amount. All right, this is the amount of the invoice that we have. All right, but of course it's here in a different currency, and here in the base currency of the subsidiary. Okay, just if we take a look here at the aging report, I'll be able to here to set the aging options. Okay, so let's say I want to change from 3 bands, okay, the 30, the 60 and 90. I want to have it like 5 bands or something. So I'll just click OK and click refresh. So I will have here my AR aging with 5 bands. All right, as you can see here, there is 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, and over 150. Okay, so 5 bands as you can see here. So again, back to the invoice that we have here. Okay, and I'm going to accept the payment from the customer. So I'm going to click here on accept payments, and automatically NetSuite select the invoice that I want to pay. Here is the related invoices with this specific customer. All right, but I want now to pay this accept payment for this invoice. Okay, just I have here 2 options: whether to accept the payment on undeposited funds, which is like a control account, or I can select the a specific bank account that I want to accept the payment on. Okay, so let's say I want to accept this payment here, and I'll click on save. Of course, once I click here on save, the invoice status will change from open to paid in full. So the payment here is deposited. All right, I can also print it. Use the payment receipt. Of course, this payment receipt is customizable. all right, just to build the desired printout that you need. Okay, and I just want to take a look at the invoice that we have accept the payment on, just to check the status. As you can see here, it's paid in full. All right, so now if I want to check the AR aging, since the report is real time, I'm just going to refresh this report, and now the amount here, it's gone because it's already paid in full invoice. Okay, down here also, in this report we have of course other options, something like collapse, expand if I want it in a graph, export it in Excel, PDF, CSV, Word. All right, if I want to print it, email it, or even schedule it. All right, the report has two views: summary view and detailed view. Of course, if I click on this one, I'll be able to see the details of each number here in the report. Okay, and of course here we have the date range, and if I want to filter by subsidiary or something, right, or by specific date. Okay, so this is just the order to cash cycle, just to see the integration between the other modules, the sales and inventory, and also the accounting. All right, so I'm going back to the dashboard, and I want to show you some of the other features that we have, which is the budgets. Okay, so if I want to navigate to here, financial, and I have here setup budget. Okay, so if I click here on setup budget, I'll be able to set budget on a specific subsidiary. All right, so let's say I want to set up budget on US1 here on a specific year. Okay, if we have different budget categories, I can define here more than budget category. We have here actually very interesting feature, because you can set a budget for a specific customer or a specific item or a specific dimension. As I mentioned, currently we have here in this demo instance, we have 4 main dimensions, which is subsidiary, class, department, and location. We can set a budget on these dimensions, all right, and also of course select the account type. If whether I want to enter a budget or set a budget against income and expense accounts, or income only, expense only, or balance sheet, or existing, or all even accounts. Okay, simply, let's say if I want to just create, let's say, a budget for only expenses, let's say. Okay, so I will select here expenses. As you can see here, only expenses account just showed up. I can just enter here, let's say 10,000 or something. Okay, and I can click on this one, and I have 2 options, whether to distribute or fill. Fill, of course, it will fill all the months with the exact amount. But let's say if for this one, if I have, let's say, 20,000, but I want it to distribute over the periods, it will be distributed. After, of course, you create this one, you will have the visibility on your budget. Okay, and if you went to the budget versus actual report, it's very interesting. If I click on this one, so in this report, budget versus actual, I'll be able to see the actual amount, the budget amount, and also the amount over budget and the percentage of budget. All right, of course I can see it in different columns, in different, let's say I want to see it per location or department, let's say like this one here, and I click refresh. I want to see by department. Okay, so as you can see here, there is no department, accounting, admin, internal, and so on, all in one report. Okay, and if you of course export it as Excel, you'll be able to see even the formulas and equations also in the Excel report. Okay, so let's go back to our dashboard to take a look about the financial reports, and also the consolidation reports that we have here. So if we navigate through reports, let's say financial and income statements. All right, and here let's change the period. Okay, and click on refresh. So here is the income statement. Of course, we have again for all the reports in NetSuite, we have two views. It's a summary view, and also there is a detailed view if you click on this one. And down here, if you can see, we have this income statement for this specific subsidiary. But how about I want to see it on the consolidation level? Okay, if I click on this one and I click refresh, okay, I'll be able to see the consolidated income statement. Of course, NetSuite automatically, when you close the accounting period again, will eliminate the intercompany accounting impact. All right, and let's say I want to see it by maybe departments. So if I choose on this one and I click refresh, okay, so I'll be able to see the income statement department wise, or maybe location or branch wise, or again you can see it even by subsidiary wise. So if I click on this one and I subsidiary and I click refresh, okay, so I'll be able to see all the income statements for all the subsidiaries. Okay, so how about you want to see the income statement by a specific item, by a specific, simply you can choose it from here and click refresh and you'll be able to see it. Okay, also if you choose here the comparative income statement, you'll be able to see the income statement, of course, between this year versus last year. Of course, you can simply customize this one. You will be able to customize this report. Let's say you want to change a specific columns or something, you want to add a new column, all right? You want to just remove a column or something. All this customization, you can do it from here, the financial report builder, okay? So back again to our report. Let's check another report, which is balance sheet. Okay, same as the income statements, you can see it by department for the specific date, and you can see it again for a specific class, location, customer, item, department, all the dimensions that you have in the system. Okay, it's very flexible here that you can maybe choose it by class or business line. If you have different business lines or revenue streams, simply you can choose here the class, and once you click refresh, you can see it by class or something. Okay, so here I can see the retail store business. Okay, another business, and so on. So simply you can see it by class. Of course, another financial report, which is trial balance that we have here. If we click on this one, okay, you can see the trial balance. Of course, there is two view for this one, the debit and credit, or you can choose as total. And if you click here refresh, you will be able to see the total for the accounts. One last report, which is the cash flow. Okay, so if we click here on the cash flow statement, we will be able to see the cash flow for this specific period from two. Okay, if I want maybe go back to maybe this year or something. Okay, or simply you can choose a period from here. Okay, so let's say I want to see the cash flow per department for this specific period. Okay, so this is the cash flow department wise. Maybe this is for the accounting, for the admin, internal, and so on. So I think now we covered some of the accounting and NetSuite features as well. Of course, there's so many features in accounting and of course in the other modules as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Gerges, for your demonstration. I have here little questions. We can cover it in only 3 minutes because of our limited time.
Yeah, sure.
Is there any prerequisites needed to work on NetSuite?
Well, since NetSuite is a cloud-based system, you only need, let's say, internet connection and only the device you're using, laptop, just a mobile PC. That's it.
Oh, that's perfect. And for all our audience, they came from Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. Some of them are speaking Arabic. Is there any Arabic version?
For the Arabic version, natively in NetSuite, there is not Arabic version, but we are in Azdan. We have our Arabic version for NetSuite. So yes, we do have it in Arabic, yes.
And if anyone has some specific requirements, let's say they have some business requirements in their wholesale distribution business, for example, how can you customize his business process on NetSuite?
Well, since NetSuite has, let's say, very large customization capabilities, of course, we can, let's say, build an entire process, or even because actually the customization, it's not just customization on forms or printouts, but even you can add a new table or a new transactions that has a specific GL impact on the chart of account. And also you can merge these accounts or merge these tables with the suite flows that we have. So actually the customization capabilities gives us the ability, let's say, to build all these specific business requirements. That's why actually NetSuite it's like a business or industry specific system, not only just an ERP.
Yeah, that's perfect. We have also another question from Dovia. Do you provide training or obtaining certification for Orca NetSuite? Yes, actually we have. All our implementations and the projects include training for admin users and business users as well. For the individual training, yes, we can provide this to you. You can send me an email and I can send you all the information. I have received also another email. Someone is asking about the price of Oracle NetSuite. Actually, the price depends on your requirements and number of users and the models you need to implement. So just send me your requirements if you are interested to implement NetSuite, and I'm going to send you an official quotation with a very maximum discount. Because we are at Azdan, we are an Oracle NetSuite solution provider, we can grab for you the best and maximum discount for Oracle NetSuite. Here comes our end to our webinar. Thanks a lot for watching us, and please feel free to get in touch anytime. Thank you. Thank you, Gerges.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.